Welcome to Break Into Tech Show with Professor Temi Akinwumi of MyITUniversity, a multi-award winning tech CEO, career coach, and mentor. With decades of hands-on tech career, will ensure your career dreams come true. Join our extraordinary show today on groundbreaking topic for a successful career. Do you want a $100,000 job as a cybersecurity professional, Scrum Master, Business Analyst Software QA, Cloud Architect, Data Analyst, Technical Recruiter, and more? Visit www.myituniversity.com to schedule a call. Come and get inspired to secure a lucrative job, keep the job, and grow on the job. Relax, receive, and see results. We're glad you're here. Share, like, and comment.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. I'm super excited to be here today. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time. My name is Professor Temi Akinwumi, and I'll be your host today. And we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful discussion. If you're trying to break into tech and you've been doing everything you can, but for some reason you are not able to, I'm here to tell you that you can land a six-figure role in tech, in cybersecurity. And today with me, I'm bringing one of my mentees that have become a mentor here at MyITUniversity. And she's going to share her story, how she broke in, what she did, and everything like that, and what you can also do to break into tech. So I'm telling you, you don't have to have any tech background to break into tech. You can do it. If she does it, if she did it, you can do it the same. So that's why we're here today, to share with you this testimonial, how she broke in, into tech way back and what she did at this time. And for people that, the background of people that are in tech and what they did and how they did it, then we're going to listen to that as well. So, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yes. Hold on 1 second. I think there's a glitch.
Yes, there seems to be, yeah. There seems to be a little glitch.
Okay. Okay, welcome back. Sorry about that. We're having some technical glitch and everything is back to normal. So without much, ado, we're just going to get started. And you all know that I've been in tech for 3 decades and I've been mentoring now for almost 2 decades now. And I'm always excited to give back and to empower the community, and you can break into tech. So I want my guest to introduce herself and then we'll go from there. Welcome. Can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you so much, Professor Temi. My name is Elsie, and I work in cybersecurity. I'm an IT compliance analyst. So I do quite a bit of IT audit and policies within cybersecurity. In a nutshell, that's who I am. Yes.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. So we just want to know about let's go through your day. What does your day-to-day look like?
Okay. So usually what I do at the end of each day before I start another day is I look at the stuff that I was doing in the day and I kind of write down what is it that I've completed, what still needs to be done. And because when I work on a couple of projects. So depending in terms of priority, I then make, a to-do list of what it is that still needs to be done in order of priority. And so every morning, what I usually do is obviously I switch on my Teams to see if anybody sent me anything, and I check my emails, open my emails, see if anything needs to be responded to. And then after that, I will get into, a couple of meetings in the morning, because I prefer to have, meetings in the morning so that in the afternoon, I'm just concentrating on my work. So I have a couple of meetings, find out what needs to be done, respond to emails and things like that. And then in the afternoon, after my meetings, could be still in the morning, then I start working on the items that I didn't probably finish the previous day. If any urgent things arise that I get to know about in the meeting as well, that's when I get to work on them. And then I usually have my lunchtime like 12 to 1 p.m. So I take that time to relax a little bit, go outside, feel some sunshine. Then I'll come back after lunch and continue doing my work. And yeah, that's pretty much the rest of the rest of the day. How it goes is pretty basic, but yeah.
Okay. So you seem like you work from home then.
Yes, I do. I work from home.
Remote.
Yes.
Wow. How cool is that?
It's really good. It's really good. It gives you a form of flexibility in a way, so that is good. And I think considering I live in Dallas and the traffic is quite hectic, so when you're at home, at least you don't have to worry about that. So
You can almost run an errand even at that time.
yes, I'm grateful I get to work from home. Yes.
Okay, very good. So why did you, decide to pursue cybersecurity? What inspired you?
So previously, I was working in communications and advertising and marketing. It is a field that I pretty much enjoyed. That's what I studied for my tertiary education. But when we came into the pandemic, I then realized that I needed to pivot my career. I wanted to do something that would give me, a better, higher earning power, as well as an opportunity to expand, grow, and learn something new. And when I looked at the industry trends, I realized that first of all, IT was an area that was having a lot of growth. Since the pandemic, things were just changing to be online. And with that as well, it increased the risk of, cyber crime and cyber issues. And so cybersecurity was an element of IT that seemed like it had potential to grow, which is the state at which it is in currently right now. So that was pretty much the inspiration behind that.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
So everything that you discussed with me and your background right now that we're just discussing, it seems like there's no coding involved. There's no scripting. There's no well, people are saying tech are all you involved with a lot of coding and scripting. So what is that to you?
I think it's a very big misconception. Most people think when they think IT, they think coding, they think Python, they think the languages. And I don't want to, lie. I used to think the same way, like, oh, I don't want to do IT. I could have done it from the get go, but I thought I don't want to do any programming languages. But the thing is that in IT, there are people who do coding and they do programming, but for work to go on, for a lot of things to go on, they need support. And that's where people who are like me, who might not be so great at coding, come in. There's a lot of avenues within IT that are not necessarily programming. And there's a lot of transferable skills from whichever industry you may be coming from that can be very useful in cybersecurity.
Very good. So it doesn't matter your area, you can
No.
always break in into cybersecurity.
You just have to have the heart and the mindset to say, this is something that I definitely want to do. And once you make up your mind, I mean, in life, we're always learning new things. So it's the same career wise. You have to be open to learning new concepts and grasping them, and then adding that to what you already know. Then you can have a successful career in IT and cybersecurity,
Okay.
I think.
Yes, yes, exactly. Um, Many a time people are saying, "Oh, tech is dead. Tech is no, I know jobs." What is your take on that? Tech is cybersecurity role dying out? Is the field still growing? What is it?
I don't think cybersecurity is dying out. If anything, I think there is going to be so much growth. Because if you notice, pre-pandemic, there was cybersecurity, but it wasn't that big because a lot of people used to just go into the office and work, right? And then after the pandemic, a lot of things went online. A lot of things have become digital, which means once it's digital, then there's a bigger pool of roles that are needed for cybersecurity. Because, for example, a small marketing or advertising agency where people used to just come into work, log into their computers that are at work, and people leave and go home. Now, all these people have to have laptops, right? That they
Mhm.
take home. And now data or documents now have to be in an online repository. So, with anything that is growing, there's potential of risk. So that risk, that's where cybersecurity comes in to say, like, a digital agency might not have needed a cybersecurity analyst or, help or support desk, but now they do. And so things just keep growing. You always hear about data breaches with big companies. That's an opportunity. There's risks. So that means there's still more work to be done in terms of cybersecurity. So I think it's a field that is, still growing. Yeah.
Very good, very good. So looking at the industry out there, And looking at people that are having menial jobs and jobs that don't really compensate much, and looking at the fact that you can break from those roles, that's we're talking about zero to hero.
Mhm.
What are look into the screen and speak to um different different occupations.
Mhm.
What occupation do you usually see out there that can break? I know people can break into cybersecurity from any occupation, but look on the screen and mention a couple of names, couple of roles that you see that can transition.
I think everybody has potential to transition. Like you could be, working as a personal assistant. You can break into tech. You could be working as a secretary. You can break into tech. You could literally just be doing admin at work, like you're just support admin. You can break into tech. And even if, like, you're a nurse and you have a passion for IT, you can totally do it. Because I think what just separates you from the rest of the people is just your determination and having that goal in mind to say, I've made up my mind, it's do or die. Sorry to say that, but yeah,
Yes,
that's the kind of
it's the
mindset that you
truth.
that you
Mhm,
that you have to have. If
mhm.
you have, so I know I mentioned just three, occupations, that those are the ones that just came to my mind. But you could have just finished high school.
Exactly. You can be a teacher.
You
You
can
can
be a
be a
teacher.
warehouse. We have a
Yes.
lot of that. It
You
does
just need
not matter. A
to
driver,
know
a truck driver,
exactly. The
any
truck
area,
driver,
any angle.
anyone, or a landscaper. If you know how to
Exactly.
use a computer, you can
And
do it.
even if we can use the computer, we're gonna
You
teach
learn.
you.
You learn. You can use your phone. So,
Yes,
that
yes.
means you have potential to know how to use your computer and other devices. So it's doable. It definitely is doable.
Okay, very good. And yes, I want to ask you. You finished from MyITUniversity way back, and then you were able to break into tech and all that. Can you share with us how does our training program, our internship, our mentorship help you kickstart your career?
Okay. So first of all, I think the curriculum in itself, the way it is set up, people have a lot of things going on in life. So just like we were talking about how someone might be working in admin, they might be a nurse, they might be a truck driver at the moment, but they are thinking of pursuing this career. So the fact that the classes were set up in a way that when you're done with everything during the day, you can do this in the evening. It's classes that you can do. That's one thing. And then the second thing as well is that you are in an environment with like-minded people who are chasing the same dreams. It's different from when you just go on platforms like Udemy or LinkedIn Learn and you just pick a course and you do it at your own pace. You might do it today, tomorrow you don't, and then maybe you pick it up again 3 weeks later, because life gets busy. But I think when you have a community of people who are always there showing up for class, you do your assignments together, you are regularly meeting during the program, that sets that apart. And then secondly, once you're done with the classes, um, we move into a section where it's now doing project work. So sometimes people might feel like, oh, I'm just learning a new thing. I wouldn't know how to do the job or what the industry would look like. But then projects that are constantly ongoing give people an idea of what exactly it would look like to work a day-to-day job, because the case studies are, scenarios that happen in real life, and they help you to have an understanding to say, okay, after I'm done with this course, this is the field, the role that I want to pursue. So you do a project that is aligned with that, and that gives great experience and that boosts confidence. And the fact that the community doesn't only end when you're doing classes, it continues even after you're done with projects. Those are lifelong connections. There's mentoring where people are always checking in. There's help that is offered in interview prep, the questions that may be general questions that you may be struggling with, or specific ones to a job description. There's a lot of support and mentoring. And I think that's what separates it from, the regular course that you might be just like, oh, I'm just going to write a certification. Just that guidance. I think guidance is important, to know that there are people who've walked this path, and whatever they tell you, it is real stuff that they have actually experienced. So those are my thoughts on that, on the program.
Thank you. Thank you. So you already answered the question. That's what set us apart from all the other programs because of
Yeah.
the mentorship. I always tell people it's five pillars. I always tell people it's not just training. Out there, when you go out there, they'll talk about training, training, training. It's more than training. It's five pillars that we have here. The first thing is training. The second thing is coaching. Coaching will coach you in class. I coach you from day one. Remember, I'll be coaching you. This is the question. This is what you have to say. This is the question. This is how you say it. So you have to know what you will say, how you will say it, when you will say it, why you will say it. So all those where, what, why, how, very important. And then the coaching, even if you want to do certification, certification does not guarantee you a job, but I prep you for certification as well. You are
Right.
always in the community, you are developing your skills, which we're going to talk about the skills and all that. Soft skills, hard skills are being developed in class and in the community engagement, in the cohorts. Very important. And then when we finish the coaching, we go to mentoring. Mentoring is very important. You need to be mentored so that you know exactly this is the area I'll focus on. This is my scope. I don't have to go further down to these unneeded areas, right? And you just focus, you zero in. That gives you the opportunity to be able to finish on time and zero in and focus and get your job. And then the internship, which are the projects. We have so many projects we have done, so many projects we are working on now, and we are doing, and we will still do because we're always doing projects, right? And that give you opportunity to work with different stakeholders in different organizations, like all this,
Yeah.
different organization that we have here that you can work on, hospitals or university, banking, all sort of
Supply chain and all of that. Yeah.
communication, oil and gas, and all that. And also, once you get a job, you are able to get the on the job support as needed. But funny enough, you don't really need any on the job support because you have done so much. But if you need, the community is there for you. And
Yes.
all those things are very important. And I'm glad that you're able to share with us. So
Yeah.
what you're looking like, wow, that sounds so, you make it sound so easy. Trust is easy, provided you follow the pipeline and it's a pipeline. It's trusted and it's like people have been getting just like every day, every week now. And people, you can also get a job. It doesn't matter. So they'll be asking, so what are the prerequisites? What do I need to have to do it, to get started? Can you share that with us? What was your for you before you joined?
I think the first prerequisite, which is what I've been saying, is that you just have to have the mindset to put in work, because we all know that there's nothing that you can do that becomes successful if you don't put in enough work. So you have to have that. And I would say, just to make sure that your process is sort of easier for you, you either want to do some research or just know a couple of things, like, what's Google Drive, what's Dropbox, things like that, that you just research a little bit. Like if you're trying to get into cloud, just do a bit of research, know how to use, the internet, obviously, know how to, send your emails, because while you are, learning this, as soon as you're done with your projects, you're on the job. So sometimes you might forget while you're doing the course to ask certain things that you're going to need on the job, once you get a job. So just doing research so that you remember, and then you can be always open to asking questions during the program. But yeah, those are the basic things that you just need to know: how to work your computer, which is not really rocket science. It's just the knowing where stuff is, how to navigate on the internet and things like that. But just the basic things that everyone knows. Everyone has a phone that they know how to navigate. So we all pretty much have the prerequisites. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And looking at your skills now, what are the soft skills and the arts? Let's start with the soft skill, because the hard skill is pretty much what we're saying, like know how to use a computer, know how to, do just basic things. You do not necessarily have to know how to do Microsoft Word. Excel, you might do Excel sometimes, but not much, but something that you can actually grasp, you can, but looking at the soft skills, look at soft skills like communication, collaboration, teamwork. What are some of the soft skills that you is helping you right now?
I think you have to be really good at working with people. So collaboration, I think people would just say like, "Oh, I'm great at working with people." Yeah, yes, I'm great at working with people. But on the ground, you really have to understand that people come from different backgrounds. People have different ways of work, and so when you work with people, you also have to develop to, allow space for that, to give people space. You have to be able to, be able to listen to what other people are saying, collaborate with them when you're doing projects, etc. Because on the job, you will work with different people from different cultures. Secondly, communication, like you said, that is very important, because we cannot get any work done without communication. There will be problems that will arise, so you need problem solving skills. While you're doing the course, there are times where you feel like, I don't know, I'm not understanding this, or there comes a problem when you're working in a project. You need to be able to, have that understanding of like, okay, this is a problem that we have. How are we, going to solve it? And that's where the transferable skills come, because obviously when you're working either as a bus driver, yes, there's going to be problems that you need to solve. Whether you're working as a teacher, there's, students have conflict, or they need to work together on group projects. So the soft skills that you're already using on the job that you're already on, for the IT job that you want to get, they're very transferable, because you're still working with people, so the same issues will arise. And yeah, you have to be a great listener as well, and have emotional intelligence. So we can see that in every job they ask for those soft skills, so they will work in cybersecurity too.
Very good. So thank you. So for people that are not familiar with soft skills are skills that you are born with. They are just like skills that are just, interpersonal skills. Like maybe communication. You're able to communicate with people. Let's see how we're conversing.
Mhm.
That's that you can be my client now. I can be your analyst, cybersecurity analyst, and we're discussing. That's the kind of thing that we're saying.
Mhm.
And it can be something like effective listening.
Mhm.
Not only just listening, but being able to listen effectively,
Mhm.
understand what you are saying so that I can give you back what you're expecting, and also collaboration, working together, teamwork, being able to work in a team. Some people are finding it so difficult to work in a team because they're always rough on the edge, and then some people are like that on the other side. Working with difficult people is possible, but you need to be able to grow that, to be able to tolerate things and just let it be, work with them and try to empathy,
Mhm.
understanding them, so things like that.
Mhm.
Organization, know how to organize your things so that you are on top of your what you are doing.
Right.
Things like that are very important skills that most of us already have, and if you don't have it, you can get better at it. Leadership, presentation, speaking to people. It's not like you're gonna be the boss. You're gonna break into mid-level role, not entry level, right? Which is a good thing. You're making six figures, and you're gonna break in, and you're gonna have people that will be there to train you. Training is gonna be there. They will support you, they will train you, they will mentor you too. It is not like, oh yeah, you know how to do tech, now come and show us. No, they're gonna be training, so no need to be scared or anything. You can do it. So those skills, problem solving, you like to help people, problem solving, analytical reasoning, and all those things, skills are very important, and most of people have those things.
Yes.
A teacher, for example, you are in the school before, it takes forever to coordinate those children and
Mhm.
deal with the parents and deal with all those activities and talk to the principal and talk to the school authority. See, all those skills that you have is the same skill that you need to break into tech. It's no
Right.
big deal. Hmm?
Mhm.
So I just want to point those things out. People don't think that breaking into tech is an abstract. You have to be living on the sky to break in.
Yeah.
No, it's regular people. Right now, I met more than 1,000 plus engineers into cybersecurity, into tech, and
Mhm.
people are from different background. It doesn't matter how high you can be in your career right now. I've seen nurse practitioner, people that are in the medical school that are broken, so it does not matter. You can break into cybersecurity if you are ready to break in, if you want to do it. All I need is your passion and determination, and we'll make it happen with your eyes closed, like I always tell people. So thank
That's
you
true.
so much. Yeah, exactly. So let's look at the work-life balance. Right now, most people are just going through a lot. They don't have good jobs. The economy is not bad, but all over the world, economy is kind of change back and forth with COVID. But I
Mhm.
always tell people, COVID has done best thing for tech than any other organization
That's
or
true.
any other industry, because tech, you're able to work remotely.
Mm-hmm.
Over the years, I've been in tech for 30 years plus. Over the years, we always pray for these days that a day
Now
will
they're
come
here.
that we will be able to work from home. Even though some jobs I've been fortunate enough, I've worked from home maybe once a week, which was not common those days. And I've worked maybe a particular job that I work from home all 4 days, and my boss said, "Come to work once a week. You can work from anywhere. I don't care." You don't ever get that anywhere, right? And sometimes I work
Mm-hmm.
from home, but it's because I work directly for big tech companies a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I saying is that now, looking at your life now compared to before, how do you balance, program study or your work life with your other responsibility? Is it better? What is it like for you?
Well, looking at my life right now, it's a matter of, setting your boundaries. So obviously, you need your job so that you can pay for your bills and you can afford a certain kind of lifestyle. And even when you start work, you're always told your work hours are 8 to 5. So before that 8, you are preparing for the 8 a.m. to start. And once you get to 5 p.m., you have your 5 to 9 before you go to bed or whatever. So it's just compartmentalizing, knowing that, for example, I know that I switch on my laptop at 8 a.m. when I start work. Before that, I'm in bed or I'm getting ready. And after 5 p.m., I log out. And what I didn't finish today, I will finish it tomorrow unless we're running on a tight deadline and I haven't been as organized, which isn't, a lot of times. So I have to get out of the house, right? Either I'm going to the gym or I'm going for an event or I'm just going somewhere just so that, you're able to rejuvenate your mind, because sometimes when you work from home, you're so tempted to be on your machine all the time, but that does not give an optimum space for being as productive. So it's about setting your boundaries, taking your lunchtime. When it's lunchtime, go outside, go run small errand. You make sure you're coming back. So it's just a matter of setting your boundaries and knowing that you are doing this work so you can do these other things. So you definitely need to do those other things during the weekends. Find other things to do, if that's volunteering or that's seeing family, so that you have wholesome experiences and you get a chance where you stop doing something. When you come back again, you've got fresh eyes and you are more productive.
Very good, very good. So now, um, I know there's so many benefits, so much benefits in tech because they pay for. What are the benefits that you see in tech that you see now that you may not necessarily have in the old jobs?
Right. I think that because there's always change happening, there's so much potential for growth. So depending on the path that you take, some people started an IT service help desk, right? And then they move into, cloud architecture. And then they move into more, scrum master roles. They move on to, product or project management, and they move on to management. So right now, I think the biggest advantage is that there's potential for growth. I'm not saying you cannot grow when you're doing, when you're being, I don't know, like a teacher or whatever. There definitely is growth, but I feel like with IT or cybersecurity, there's a great possibility. I could work the role that I'm in right now, and then after 3 years, I decide, oh, I actually want to do government risk and compliance. That's another area that I can transfer my skills. Maybe do just a certification, and I move into that. So one of the advantage is there's so much potential. There's so much potential for growth, and like I said as well, the earning potential is quite good. So I would say those are the major benefits from what
Yeah,
I
and
see.
also looking at benefits wise in the area of maybe health insurance or
Yes.
things like that,
Hmm.
education. What do you
Right.
see in those areas?
They have really good health benefits. Some people, because right now some people work jobs without benefits. So once you get into IT, you know that besides your annual compensation, you're also getting your insurance. You're also contributing to a 401k or Roth. You have dental and vision. You've got, life insurance, and some companies offer profit sharing if you've been with the company for quite a while, depending on what their policies are. And you also have the potential to have stock. I know for us, I can only speak for my people. You don't you, we I come from a generation where my parents just worked from whenever they could until they couldn't anymore. But there's potential to see where life is going, have some investments, and sort of plan out life, before things happen. See, and yeah, you're able to take care of yourself. A lot of us don't really go for yearly checkups or blood work and all of that. And in the world that we live in today, as society grows, as things change, there's more technology, there's more risk as well for diseases. And you want to be able to do your checks and not be scared to say, oh, I don't know, if I go for this doctor's visit, then where am I going to get money for food tomorrow? That because that's covered by your company. So yeah. And
And
also
even if
some,
you want to go to college, some people pay for your
yes,
tuition.
some pay for tuition, yes. So
Yeah.
you just have to be open to, once you do break in, find out what are the benefits that they offer. Some companies also, they're affiliated with different companies, like in terms of like technology. Maybe you can buy your new phone for 15% off because your company has that, or you want another laptop. They offer discounts for certain things. So there's a lot of benefits.
And buy
Yeah.
your devices and set it up. So
Yes.
so now, looking back, what advice will you give to your younger self? What is the thing that you'll have done, differently, looking back now that you're in? One advice you will have given to your younger self.
Mentorship is very important, because we see life a certain way depending on where we come from. And if you grow up in a space that might not be as not tech savvy, there's only so much you can see. So you'll be like, either I'm a nurse, I'm a doctor, or I'm a lawyer. So you don't have that. But, mentorship, that's where mentorship comes in. People can show you the potential of where you can go. I wish personally I had gone into IT as soon as I finished high school, but I didn't know that that's something that I could do. I'm not saying that I don't like my journey. Where I came from, I gained skills in communication. I ended up in IT, but it could have taken a shorter span of time, and we could have moved, to somewhere even higher. But I am, grateful for how it happened. But I would tell my younger self to seek
Hmm,
out information, ask questions, get
hmm.
mentorship, and see how your life will change. Yeah.
Wow, wow, that's powerful. So, what advice will you give to people that are listening right now? They are sitting on the edge. They are not really sure if they want to do it or not, or they are just procrastinating, or they are just looking. The year is gone already. The year is gone. So, what advice are you gonna give to them?
A year is going to pass anyway, whether you do something or whether you don't. The year is still going to go by. You have to make the choice to say, you know, this year I'm going to start doing this and I'm going to see where it takes me, or I'm determined and I need to get to this certain place. You will never be ready to say, like, oh, now I have time, now I have availability, now, it's do it now. Just do it. Just get in, and you will see when you're in what it is that you need to adjust, or what it is that you need to change so that you can do better. I would say just start. Time is moving regardless. 1 year from now, we'll be looking at this video saying, oh, that was last year. And if you don't take action now, your life is still going to be the same. And you're going to be like, oh, last year I watched that video, but I didn't start. Just go for it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. And
Well,
I really appreciate you coming to share with us how you broke in, how you got started, and all that. So, what is one thing that we didn't mention that you want to say?
we pretty much have mentioned everything. But what's the one thing? One thing I would say is, I think I've mentioned that. So just be open to change. It's not always easy. Like we always say, you have to make up your mind. Our journeys are not the same. Some people grasp concepts very easily, and some people it takes a while. But you need the patience, and in all of this as well. I know people come from different backgrounds, but sometimes, as you embark on journeys like this, and you're starting a new career, sometimes you can't do it by yourself. God is important in all of this. Just trusting God that even though, yes, you have the materials, you have MyITUniversity, Professor Temi, she's the best for the job, but faith as well. is important. I think with God we go very far, because every day you don't have motivation. So, you will need that. So that's the one thing that I would say, we didn't talk about, but you will need it as you
Exactly, exactly.
walk this journey.
Thank you so much. And
So thank you.
I always tell people you can find 1,000+ places out there that will offer this program. But one thing that I know is that what I give you, you can't pay for it. It's more than just training. It's more
Yes.
than just coming to class. It's the community. It's
Hmm.
the mentorship. It's this lifetime support. It's all those things. And you mentioned it that I am the best person for this role. I
Hmm.
don't like to blow my trumpet, but
You should.
people get to get closer to see
Yeah.
that. I don't want it to
No,
be
I
like, oh,
can
she's not saying it.
testify to
We
that.
don't really know if it's for real, if it's
It's for
you
real. My life is different now. I can look back and say, 3 years ago or however many years ago, it's not the same. So, like, I will repeat it. You're the best person for it. You're the best person for the job.
thank you.
You've created a
I'm
very good ecosystem that has changed lives and possibly generations. People will say, oh, what did your dad do? What does your dad? Oh, my dad was like a cybersecurity analyst. That's a different story from when you say, like, oh, my father was just a farm worker. So
lucky.
that's the change of generations, and you have been doing that for a lot of people, and that effort helping in the community will live on for a long time. So I think you should be proud of yourself, Professor Temi.
You are very good at this. Thank you, lady. I'm so
Yes.
grateful that I'm able to, pick your call on that day, speak with you, guide you, and give you assurance that you can do this, and that thankfully to God's glory, you eventually broke in and now you have been in tech for a while. I'm
Mhm.
grateful for that. And we're doing that for many, many, many family. It's not just to help them break in, but to help them sustain the job. So like I always say, get the job, keep the job, and grow on the job. So those are
Yes.
the three pillars in those areas, and we help you with that. So thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you so much for
So
having me once
grateful that
again.
you came, and I wish you all the best in your endeavors and in
Thank
your
you so
career. You're
much.
doing so much out there, and you used to be my scribe and my assistant, and call you for everything, and you're always there. I just pray that you continue to do well, and
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Even you, I pray that, the university grows beyond, what you even plan. And yeah, all things will work well.
amen. Thank you so
Amen.
much. And thank you guys, my our lovely people that are listening to us. I wish you all the best as well in your career. Reach out to me. See, you can schedule a call with me. And not only schedule a call, if you need to reach out to me, just send me a text. That's it. People was like, President, you see pick calls, you see to speak to people. Yes, I do. Nobody can do it the way I want to do it. So I still have to talk to my people. So
Mhm.
reach out to me, send me a text, and I will be able to help you get ready to break into tech. Don't wait. Okay, don't wait. We have evening classes, we have weekend classes. We can help you. Thank you so much. If you have questions, send your questions, and Elsie will be able to help answer your question if you have a question for her. I wish you all the wonderful day, and I will see you all again in the next episode. Thank you all. Stay blessed.